Hello! It's me. I'm back. Happy Friday, everyone. Starting off this strong with a good burp. Let me turn all that down. Okay, let's set this up here. Hello, why is it not going into... Okay, this looks better, I think. Anyway, happy Friday. Welcome to the kitchen. How's everyone's morning been? Mine's been a little stressful or a little tougher than I would have liked. Usually, if I'm gonna set up a stream, I like to wake up, kind of start the day a little slow, get everything ready, make sure I got it on lock. But this morning, I did not have it on lock, okay, y'all? I did not have this shit on lock. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, so I woke up later than I thought, which is surprising because I went earlier. Like, how does that math work? It doesn't, okay? But when I woke up this morning, I freaking knew it, man. I did some grocery shopping yesterday for just my regular week, but also just like for what I wanted to make today. And I knew we wouldn't have onions. I know it, but I didn't call and ask. Because my house normally has onions, but like, what the heck? I thought about it when I was at the store. And I was like, I should call to double check we have onions. But I was like, my house always has onions. And lo and behold, this morning, there were not enough onions. So I went out to grab more onions. But I forgot to buy chicken stock, which is what I wanted. So I'm gonna roll the punches, see what happens. Hey big guy, what's up? How's it going today? Hopefully better. I was just talking about how I had to run out last minute in the morning. Obviously I had to set up like my kitchen to be ready to stream, but also some work things are coming up, which is fine, but also like not great just because I mentioned this before, but you know, I work in like video production stuff and we have a few shoots coming up in 2 weeks or something. So I'm casting for those, which is fine, but it's a lot of being like a middleman kind of between the agents, the client, that type of stuff. And sometimes it's really great to do things in advance, right? We're like, okay, cool. Can these people, you know, hold this date? Hopefully that if the client picks them, they're already available, blah, 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 things like that. But then it'll be something where, the client waited too long to pick, or now we've picked, but there's been so much time in between before we can actually book them that they were holding the for like other productions as well, and they've gotten booked for things. So now we have to like go back and say, okay, cool. Can you pick someone else? Blah, 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 stuff like that. So and the emails have been coming in all morning is all, which is not bad. On a regular day, it's like fine. But on a day where I'm like, I want to stream, I want to cook shit, not my favorite. And also, I think certain pieces of the puzzle work on different timing. Obviously, me as like a freelancer, I can kind of do things whenever, but I'm kind of beholden to other people's time in some sense, where it's like, the client has early Friday. You know what I mean? So it's like after 1 p.m., I wouldn't be able to expect to hear from them. Things like that. But yeah, anyway, that was my morning. So I will probably be checking my email shortly, sometime in between. Nice QB, nice to see you. Hello. I agree. I normally do have a starting soon screen, but my problem is that when I'm in the kitchen, it's downstairs and I can't control my PC is not on the same floor as me. So it'd be a lot of running back and down to control it, like to switch scenes and stuff. So I haven't figured out I guess a combative way to do that on different devices or whatever, you know? So I haven't figured that out, but I agree. I would love if I had a PC in my kitchen. Alas, I don't, it's in the basement, yeah. So, because normally I do have a starting soon screen before I play a game or something, but I'd have to start that, hang out for a while, run downstairs, switch the scene, come back up. So it's a little, it's a little complicated, I guess, or just like, you know, I haven't figured out the best way to do that. Like I would also love to have multiple cameras in my kitchen, but alas, we're not there yet. And also this is not my dream kitchen, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm here and I'm glad you're here. So today on the list, we're making pumpkin bread. I'll be honest, that was not initially what I wanted to do. I've been trying to make a sticky toffee pudding at some point, which I think I will probably later into the fall season. And I'll be honest with you, I've never made a pumpkin bread that wasn't from a box. We're gonna try it today. We are using canned pumpkin puree though. I'm not pureeing a pumpkin from scratch. Not today, fam. But yes, we're gonna try that. I'm gonna make the some caramelized onion pasta. That's kind of like a trending thing on TikTok or whatever, but I've never actually tried it. And also people do it in a whole bunch of different ways. I'm not following a recipe for that. I'm going to just do what I do and see what happens, you know? That's my favorite part about cooking non-baking stuff. Like I can just walk around and see what I can add to it. It's running on my phone. So yes, so the camera here is my phone. It is. Yeah. And so again, there are things like I want to try because I do have a DSLR that has Wi-Fi and stuff too, which I think, or I could also just get like 2 long cables or whatever to connect one day to my PC as well. So I think the quality would be better. I just haven't gotten there yet. There's all things where I'm like, I need to do this. I need to do this. The list of things to do just gets longer, and as it gets longer, I'm like, I don't want to do any of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Water. Also, I'm gonna need to make a coffee too. But I think that timing-wise, we should make the pumpkin bread first because it'll take longer to cook. I'm gonna make a motherfucking coffee, which I think we can make it a little fun in fall too. We'll do some maple sugar in it, and then we'll get to caramelizing some onions for pasta. Seems like it's having a hard time adjusting to the brightness. So it looks like a slow strobe. Oh yeah, I do see that. Now I'm looking at the video. The mic is cutting out a little. Oh, maybe it's in the spot that it's in. Let me see. If I, but yeah, I've noticed my phone does do that though too. Just because, like, you know, if there's any type of screens, it'll like go back and forth. I don't know how to combat that. Weird. I can see it in the video now, but I could not see it before. And what's also weird to me too is that like when I look through my phone, like when I'm trying to set it up, it's not the full frame. So like when I look at what you see on my phone, I wouldn't be able to see that you can see all the way up here. Like when I look, you can see like here. So it's really weird. I don't know. And this is when I kind of just like fuck around, figure it out, like go with the punches and just say, okay, whatever. I don't want to like not go live just because everything's not going as smoothly as I want. But let me know, how is the audio? Is it better when the mic's here? Or maybe I don't know, like here? Oops. Like what, here maybe? I don't know. Oh, you know what? I did not notice the strobing until you pointed out. Now I can't fucking stop looking at it. I blame you now for this. I did not see it at all. Weird. And I wondered too, because I recorded a little bit just to like see how things were. It looked okay in the recording, but maybe in the stream it's just like it's just not the same. Okay. One day I will have one stream where there's no technical issues, like not a single one, but. Well, the mic didn't change much. Oh, weird. I don't know. Like, is it one of the ones where you have to like hold it all the way up to here? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the breach isn't as good, or maybe some of the cords too. I always wonder too if is it better if I just do the clip versus the lav itself? Like if I hit it up with one like these. Like that better? Is it better with no lav mic and just the mic on here? I don't know. Is there a difference? I don't think it has to do with the volume, like every 5 seconds or so it cuts out. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That is weird. I don't know why it's that. Well, we're just gonna, again, roll with the punches, and maybe I'll stop talking every 5 seconds or so. Or maybe I'll talk slower this time. Hi. Hello, Celoy. Nice to see you. See you in chat. We in the kitchen today, working on some of my technical issues. Who knows if or when they'll be figured out, I don't know. We're talking about how mic isn't great, or it's in and out, but also the strobing here. Who knew? Not me. I didn't notice any of that. But yeah, today, so let's actually just get started before, I can go on and on and on about all the technical things I would like to fix. But alas, here we are. It's all good. Nathan said hi. What's he doing home? He's not in school? Do you use pumpkin bread to make sandwiches, or is it like banana bread? It's like banana bread, at least the one I'm making. I'm sure you probably could make some type of sandwichy bread, almost if you did, like, I'm kind of thinking if you did a milk bread, but like pumpkin flavored, that'd be kind of delicious. But mine will be very much like a banana bread. I want to eat that in the morning. So it's somewhere between like a cake and a bread, right? So, and I feel like I can have it in the morning with some cream cheese on it or something. Will be good. Like, cause if you have like pumpkin, I don't know, like cakes, whatever, like cream cheese frosting is usually good with that. Or like a nice maple cream cheese mix or something would be delicious. No school on Fridays, apparently. Lucky him. Let's preheat the oven. We're going to bake. You know how it goes. Solid 350 Fahrenheit, about 180 Celsius. And I'll be honest, I don't know how to use Celsius, mentally, but like, all the British people that I watch who bake and shit, they say about 180 C. So I assume that's about 350. Big guy, it is an iPhone. I am an iPhone user. I think it's a 13 maybe. I complain all the time about my phone not because I think it's a bad phone, but rather I wish it had more Zoom quality. Like when I go to concerts and stuff, it always pisses me off when people who have like the pros, because I have I have a regular one. I do not have the 3 cameras. I'm like, damn, how are the people behind me gonna have better pictures and videos than me when I'm way in front of them? Rude, very rude. So I would like to upgrade my phone to get a nice, crisp, clear view of BTS when they come back. Okay, so I am going off. I will probably modify it slightly, as in like I might cut some of the sugar and I might use a little pumpkin, that type of stuff. I don't know. Generally speaking, we're following that, but with minor modifications. And will those minor modifications be problematic? Maybe. We'll see. This is all the experiment. I don't consider any of my cooking streams to be lessons. These are not tutorials. These are experiences. And what kind of experience? I'm never really sure. Okay, so let's start with our dry mixture. We need a cup and 3/4, 1 3/4 cup of flour. Let's do that. We're at the very last of this bag here. Let me pour that in here. A little less than a cup there, but okay. And new baggie. I'm not too familiar with iPhones, but there's probably a way to set it to manual exposure. Oh, there must be. There definitely must be. I'll definitely look for that too. I guess I wasn't sure because when you're using because I'm using it through Video Ninja, right? So it's like I can basically put like the call onto my OBS. I'm not sure if I'd have to go through settings in there as well. I don't know. Those are things again. I gotta look into that because I actually don't know. Okay, so then we need 3/4 of a cup. Also, what I've really enjoyed about doing cooking streams on here is that like I get to bake and stuff, and I feel like I haven't baked in a long time really. It used to be one of my many hobbies. Like I make like truffles and chocolates and whatever, little candies and cakes and blah, blah, blah for like my friends and stuff. I don't do that anymore. Okay, perfect. So cup and 3/4 of flour. You're gonna do a teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon. I have all my things here, hopefully. Hopefully I brought everything out. Friends who needs them. I am saying. See that was okay, you called me out. That was the reason why I stopped doing it, okay? I don't have any friends anymore. I will say I don't see the friends I used to do that stuff for as often anymore. It's almost like when at some point in your life, you know, like you stop like giving gifts to your friends for their birthday or Christmas or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know when that happened, but I would usually do something for those those times. And not so much anymore, but that's okay. Also, my nephew just had his birthday party this weekend, and damn, that should be stressful. Baking things, cooking things, hosting. Like, damn, it takes so much time and effort to put on a party that lasts 4 hours, 5 hours maybe. Like, damn. I still love that shit, but it's just like, damn, I'm tired. I was tired throughout the whole party. People get older, get busier. Yeah, no, I definitely see that. And it's like, have my friends be leaving me on red where I'm like, yo, let's figure out when we can hang out. Or sometimes it'll be like, if we don't decide on a date and I put it in my calendar, it'll be in the abyss of like we should hang out. Yeah, we should. When should we do it? Soon, you know, and let me know when you have time. And then no one ever gets back to each other. If that shit is not in my calendar and we didn't agree on a date, it's probably never happening. Like, I feel like I have less friends now who I can call to be like, let's do something spontaneous. I'm using spontaneous as in like, after I go or so you want to join me type of thing, you know? But again, you get older and life gets busier. Okay, so then we're gonna do, so this calls for 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. That's kind of a lot to me. I'm not the biggest cinnamon fan. So I might do a little less. Yeah, we'll just do like 1.5 maybe or something. I don't know. I love the fall, but I don't love the majority of like fall flavors, okay? Like I'm not an apple person really. Like I don't like apple pies and apple crisps and stuff. I just don't like my fruit to be like mushy or warm. I'm not a big fan of that. But I love butternut squash and I love sage. So I love that combination of things. Big fan. So I love like a butternut squash soup. Oh, get me. That is my shit in the fall. Yeah, so we're gonna try a little something. But yeah, I don't really like, I'm not really into like the apple stuff. I'm not a pumpkin spice latte girl, nor I am not. But I like a lot of the other things about fall, especially the weather. I'm very happy that despite us still being in the summer, according to the calendar, it's feeling like fall. I like that I can wear long sleeves and sweatshirts, you know. Me and summer fashion just don't go together, okay? Like me in shorts and bikinis, and that's just never been me. I haven't hit the beach once this year, man. And I'm not that mad about it, but it's like, I probably should have. Just like, it feels like something you're supposed to do in the summer, you know? Especially when you live in the ocean state. Probably should have gone at least once, but life. Okay, so then we're gonna do a little bit of nutmeg. We're gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon. Oh, pull that off. Beach is overrated. I kind of think so too. I think I like the beach, but I like in certain, like specifically in certain ways. Like I like it at night when it's, you know, getting not crazy hot or anything and it's not really busy. Sometimes I'm very much the person who wants to go to the beach like with my friends, but I gotta drive separately because I don't like being at the beach laying out as much as some of my friends did or some people who I hang around with. Like there are some people who I know, like my cousins who are very much like summer people. Like they thrive in the summer, like it is their season. I am not. I think I get bored. I get bored kind of easily. So like just laying out sometimes I get bored. Like I like being in the water, but like for how long? I feel like 3 to 4 hours at the beach or pool is like my cap really to like let out to go in the water to like read a book, listen to music, and chill. I can't do it for much longer than that. Which is actually why I don't mind going with like the kids, just because I say the kids, I don't mean my kids, but like with kids, because usually their parents have a tent, so I'm like, yes, less sun, they're already prepared. And they brought snacks for the kids, and I'm like, yes, snacks for me. And then they usually have to leave because like these kids can't, you know, handle being out there that long, or they have to like, you know, make sure they eat lunch and that. And I'm like, perfect, this fits my schedule exactly. So I enjoy going with the kiddos. Okay, then we also added a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. And very, very fall, very Christmassy. So we had cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and I think we're gonna add some ginger next. Yeah, ginger. How much? Another 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, great. Ginger. Alrighty, and then a little bit of salt. I have pink Himalayan salt there, but we're not going to use that kind. Let me see. Oh, this is also pink Himalayan salt in here. Okay, this one's ground up. We'll use it instead. So, also another 3/4 of a teaspoon. Wow, that's kind of more than I thought. We'll do an extra little pinch for that extra 1/4 teaspoon. Alrighty. Okay, so these are all our dry ingredients. Let's give it a good little mix. I'm gonna use this whisk here. I'm gonna be real. Oh. All right, our oven is preheated, so it's ready to go whenever I am. All the dry ingredients are nice and mixed. I think anyway. I think they're nice and mixed. So we'll set this aside for a hot minute, and we'll work on the wet ingredients, which really just are the sugar and eggs. Okay, and surprisingly, this recipe doesn't require any butter. It's oil instead. So actually, let me get the oil. What the heck? Okay. Go put this down for now. Okay, we need 2 eggs. Should have brought those out, didn't. See? Lack of preparation, Nils. Come on. This is why I don't have my own cooking show. Oh. Eggs are over here. Oh God, imagine if I opened the container and there were no eggs in it. My nightmare, man. Okay, we're gonna do 2 eggs, and we're gonna do brown and white sugar in here. Okay, and we'll save the egg for the compost, or the fertilizer, whatever my parents do. Okay, we're gonna do half a cup of white sugar, and then 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. I'm going to do a little less than that, not a specific amount less, but just less. Because I don't want it to be too sweet, is all. You know? It's funny because I personally have such a huge sweet tooth, but I think as I've gotten older, it's definitely lessened. And I also have the fear of like my teeth are all gonna fall out tomorrow. So we try to lessen the sugar when we can. Or I try to like my mental strength has to be stronger than my like taste strength, you know? Sometimes I'll be eating something sweet and delicious, I'm like, I just want more. That's what sugar does to you guys. But then again, I wonder, I'm always like, my teeth are gonna fall out, the dentist is gonna yell at me, so I'm trying to be better. Okay, and then 3/4 of a cup. What's have in here? I put some brown sugar aside. Not sure, just so I could break it up, because you know, it was all chunky and dry and shit. Let me see. Okay, this is about half a cup. And then I'll just pour the rest in. That works for me. All right, we'll mix this stuff up. Actually, I will use the electric mixer for this, and then I will mix them all together with the electric mixer too. Let me plug this in. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Don't know if this is loud for you guys, if you can hear the mixer going on. All right, okay, she is mixed up. She's kind of foamy, actually. Lots of air in there. Let me grab a, oh, actually, right in here. Catch any of the drip. The sugar over here. All right, so then, according to my notes here, it says we have to add the pumpkin, which I have here. Should be about 1.5 cups, it looks like, which I think this might be, I don't know if 1 can is 1.5 cups or if it's less. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like the answer should just be 1 can. It sounds like a mixer. It does, okay, great. I wasn't sure because I think at one point I thought it was really loud and that someone had told me they couldn't barely hear it. So I was like, okay, I don't know, whatever, but you get it. You know what a mixer sounds like, and if not, it just sounds like a really big drill. Okay. Okay. Can opener. Okay, we have a spoon. There she is. All that pumpkin. Okay. Should I measure this? Should I measure this or should I just put it all right in? I guess I'll measure it. I guess I'll measure it. Probably exactly 1 can or 1 can-ish. 1.5 cups is what we need. I'd like to clarify that we are using pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie mix or whatever. If you were to use like pumpkin pie mix, you would just omit the spices, like the cinnamon, the ginger type of stuff, because that's in a pumpkin pie mixture. Broadcasting softwares usually have noise gates, or your graphic might have separate noise gate software if you think it's a problem. You are right. No, I know the mic I use like for gaming and when I'm downstairs streaming, I know I have a noise gate on there. I'm not sure how it would work. I'd probably have to go through the audio mixer that I'm using, which is like a digital one, to change the noise gate on every mic that I use, I guess. It would make the most sense. Because weird, because okay, so like the mic I use has its own, you know, like software or whatever, so I can use the controls up there, but then also when I put that through an audio mixer, there's like those ones too. It's like, I think we're just layering here. We're layering all the like effects and, you know, whatever, the bells and whistles. And I'm like, I don't know what is the most like effective combination. Also like what is the most like simple. So I feel that's how I always accidentally break stuff where I'm like, oh, why wasn't this working? And it's like, oh, you had one thing turned off by accident over the like things you were supposed to have on. Things like that. I'm always like, what the heck? And again, someone who works in like video stuff and like production and whatnot, like this is not exactly the audio parts are not my forte. Like honestly, what is my forte? I don't know. I do a lot of the coordination stuff. I will say I did go to school for media and like broadcast and stuff. My master's actually in broadcast. And I guess in some ways Twitch is literally like a control room, but like in one room. Okay. Okie dokie. Back to blending. This is a baking stream. I think people expect baking sounds. Here's some exclusive baking sounds. pumpkin in there. I also have to add a little bit of oil. Then I'm probably gonna swap to a spatula because then I can kind of pour it into the dry and then we'll do some more mixing. And for oil, I need half a cup. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I probably could have used a bigger bowl for this. I did think that this would be not as full as it is in here, but whatever. As long as it ain't splattering, I think it's good. I say that and I'm worried. I say that as long as we're not splattering, then I'm worried we're gonna splatter. Okie dokie. That looks pretty good. Now let me clean some stuff up. Let's get some shit out of the way, man. Okay. Oh, I didn't need any baking powder. Good to know. Okay. Alrighty, so then we're going to mix this wet into the dry. Do a little bit of that. It looks very much like slop. Honestly, if it was a little thinner, it looked like it could be a soup. And then we'll mix away. See if I see any chunks, I'll kind of just break them up. Okay, and then we'll do 2, and we'll do it in 3. We'll leave a little bit left for the next. Oh yeah. Like, even though this is a pumpkin bread, you know, obviously it's not like gonna be like the way bread is, you know, with like a focaccia or like a roll, that type of bread. But I would love to learn to make that kind of bread though too. I missed the train during COVID when everyone was baking bread, and I'm like, damn, maybe I should have. Or when everyone had a sourdough starter. I would love to try one day. I think I made focaccia bread one time, and it was just okay. So I would love to make bread one day. Or bagels. I fucking love bagels, and I complain about this all the time, but I'm telling you, Rhode Island does not have that much good bagels, like many good bagel options. Especially, or the bagels are fine, but the coffee's ass. And it's like, come on, fam, we're not gonna do this where we're gonna go to 2 different places to get a good coffee and a good bagel. It's just absurd. Okay. We are mixed here. I'm gonna break up some things with my spatula. Ow. So I just had to clean off the handle here because there was like some pumpkin puree on it. And let me tell you, one of my like biggest like peeves when I worked in a kitchen. I worked in a kitchen at like this breakfast diner, and I was a line cook for a little bit. Shocking, huh? I was a line cook for maybe like a couple years or something like that. Because I worked in the kitchen as I made toast for every single one of the like of the orders. Whereas like if you ordered whatever, bacon and eggs with rye toast, I was the one who would toast the rye and put it on your plate. But and then I worked as a cook for a little bit, and I would do like pancakes, waffles, crepes, like that type of stuff. And then obviously I would occasionally work on like the main grill because it was a very small diner. One thing, my biggest pet peeve of working in the kitchen was that when things would be wet that like weren't supposed to. So it'd be like if someone was on my grill and they used my spatulas, but their hands were wet and now the handles on them are wet. Ugh, that would drive me up a wall. Or even as like a server too, like as a waitress, when there was no paper towels in like the kitchen to like wash your hands and like, you know, the paper towels there, that would drive me up a wall too. Up a wall. Like that would completely slow down my roll because I'd be like, I need to dry my hands. But yeah, some things just don't change. Which is why I was like, I picked this up and I thought it was like gross. And I was like, no. No, no, no. Okay, there's like a couple little packets of flour that I wanna break up. Probably should have sifted it, but like, you know, lazy. I am not a professional. I am a regular ass home cook, okay? I don't fucking feel like it sometimes. I guess I don't know what I thought the consistency would be, but here it is. Here it is. The color is beautiful, and it definitely feels more like a batter than, you know, a dough, which pumpkin bread. So yeah, makes sense. Checks out. Let's add fixins to it. I brought out walnuts and chocolate chips. I don't know. I definitely want to do some walnuts. I'm not sure if I should do, oh wait, these aren't chopped up. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to chop that up. Let me grab these out of here. And grab these dishes out of here. And let me grab a knife and a little cutting board. And see what's up. Okay. We're going to just cut a handful of walnuts in. I don't want there to be a lot of like things in it. Like I don't want there to be overloaded with walnuts or chocolate chips or anything, but I like a little bit of variety, you know, add a little something. So I'm gonna cut them, I don't know, not to like tiny, tiny pieces, but just like, I don't know, medium size, whatever. In they go. I'm very blasé about a lot of this. I love that walnuts are just so easy to cut. They're so like smooth to cut, you know? They don't like jump around at you like some other nuts do when you try to cut them. Good old soft nut. Sometimes you want a hard nut, sometimes you want a soft nut. Depends on the day, you know? It depends on the mood. We'll throw those over there. Now, should I use regular size or the minis? Both? Why not both? Okay. Okay. We'll put some minis in here. And we'll pour a couple of regular size ones. And then we'll fold them in. See, I feel like when I poured them all at the top, it looked like it was a lot. And then when I mix them in, it's like, where'd they all go? Where did everything go? But I promise it's in there. Which I guess that's good for the variety of like types of slices. You know, some slices will have more walnuts, some slices will have more chocolate chips, and some, I don't know, probably won't have any. But be what it be. Okay. And then we'll put it right into our tin and put it right into the oven. Okay, I'm gonna wipe it out because I had things sitting in here. I was using like a bowl, so we'll wipe that out. We can use some good old Pam. Spray it down. Okay, we'll pour her in. Let's pour this baby in. Oh yeah. Okay. Ugh. Okay, I may have sprayed too much Pam. I see it popping and I'm like, looking like I added a lot of it by accident. My bad, my bad. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to scrape out everything I can. I wonder if this batter is good. Like, you know how you lick, like, you know, whatever, the brownie batter, the cookie batter, etc. I'm like, do you think this bread batter is good? Let me try. Yeah, I think so, actually. Definitely is, definitely feels savory. Fall vibes, you know. Interesting. I'm curious to know how it'll go, because I don't mind pumpkin bread, but I've never been like oh, I really want some, you know what I mean? Well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. This is all one big experiment. Okay. Alrighty, and here is our loaf ready to go in the oven. We'll put her in for like, I don't know, clean that up here. We put her in for about an hour or so. We'll kind of check it as we go. But I think what I'm going to do, let's put it in, put the timer on for 30, and then at 30 minutes we can make a little, we'll cover it with aluminum foil so it doesn't burn, like the top of it. Okay, she's in there. Let's put the timer on for 30 minutes. Then we'll, okay, timer's on. All right, great. And now we can work on other things. Fantastic. Let me just clean up a little bit because, you know, a messy kitchen is not fun to work in, okay? Food for thought there. I think we are all set with this. Okay. Let me also do a little something here. Okay. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and clean this. I've stained this towel with lots of pumpkin already. All right, I'm gonna put these all in the sink real quick. There are so many dishes here waiting for me already. Love that for me. Okay, let's grab these out of here. Let me think. Let me think. How should we go about this? I know we're gonna make some pasta, but actually, let's make a coffee first. Because your girl needs one badly. So let's do that. I'm going to get this out of here. I can swap things now because I would like to make the pasta one pot. I can put my little pot up here on the table right away. One day I'll have the kitchens where I can have a nice island and maybe have a gas burner. That would be peak. But you know, we're not at that day yet. This had my walnuts cut on it. I'm gonna clean this knife briefly because I'm probably gonna use it again to cut garlic, to cut onions. And then let me grab these out of here and put everything in a bowl. Excuse me? Okay, let's put everything in a bowl and deal with it later. I don't need any of these. All right, coffee time. Coffee. I have some real maple syrup here, and I'm going to make an espresso. I am a sucker for the classic Starbucks Pike Place. I'm gonna do one of those. And you know what I'm gonna do in the meantime? I'm going to put the kettle on, so then when we add it to our pot, the water will already be hot. And speed some things up. Yeah, okay, so we'll do a double shot of espresso. We'll grab out our milk. We're gonna put some maple syrup in it and maybe some brown sugar. break up some of the brown sugar I got in this jar here. We can add some of that in there too. Let me get a long spoon. These are the best for iced coffee. Yeah, let me break some up. It's gonna be good to go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. This is my like daily iced coffee cup. And I will say, as it's getting colder, I'll probably go into the hot coffee, hot lattes, but we ain't there yet. I'm cooking for fall, but doesn't mean my beverages are ready for fall. Let me get a drink. What's everyone doing this weekend? Anyone have plans? Because let me tell you, I don't. No plans for me. Not really anyway. I'm actually wondering, excuse me, went to the sink. So in my like area, we do a lot of the the churches in town. They'll do what they call a feast here, and it's like a fundraiser, but it's also just like the summer thing, and all the different like churches do. And there's one this weekend. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do that. Go for a fucking doughboy. Love a doughboy. You know, they have like rides and like games and stuff like that. It's a little like fair. But yeah, so I'm like, maybe I can do that. That used to be like the spot, especially when you were younger. Like I say younger in like middle school maybe, where like that's where you would go because that's like the local town thing, and then you have to like, you know, be a little delinquent. I have had my times where I was a delinquent, where it's like, okay, we're gonna meet boys there, you know, whatever. It's like who's gonna come with like, you know, a fucking blunt or something. But I don't know if that's appropriate, but I'm just saying that's like the spot, you know. Or it was a nice way to like meet people. Or like if, I don't know, if you're on like a dating app or something when you were like younger, probably like, oh, we can do that for like a date, or we can like meet there. It's a big public place. And also if you had friends lurking, like that's okay, you know. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But I also start a new job this weekend as well. So that'll be different. Because also just like the timing is not typical for me. So it's like a early morning thing. So I'll do that. We'll see how that goes. I think it'll go well. I hope so. So we're gonna do a double shot. Do a double shot of espresso. Let's grab. What am I grabbing out of here? Oh. Okay. I've got milk, and a little bit of coffee here. So I think I'll just add that in there too. My kitchen is really tiny and there's just like taps everywhere. Like there's cords running for like the lights and chargers, blah, blah, blah. So it's a little hectic in here, you know, but I mean, it's fine. I'm happy. It's just like every time I go, like one wrong step and this whole operation is going down. Right. Ooh. I kind of wish my cup was clear so you could see it, but it's delicious. That crema's looking great. Let's add a little bit of brown sugar and a little bit of maple syrup. Just for, you know, the flavor. So I'll put the brown sugar first just so it melts. I don't want to put too much though. Just because I'm going to cool this down with ice and with the milk. So I want to melt that first. I'm going to put a little maple syrup in it. This is real maple syrup, so it's like, it has the real maple syrup taste. Okay. All right, she hot, you know. And then we'll do some milk. And again, depending on the flavor, I might just add the iced coffee too, just because there's not enough for coffee, like a real coffee by itself. So let's put that in there. Like, if I used that as an iced coffee, it would have been like a 4-ounce cup. And then we will load this up with ice to cool that shit down. Let's taste it. Oh yeah, obviously didn't add any milk to it yet, but yeah, good. There we go. Actually can go a little sweeter. Let me add some more brown sugar. So normally when I have my coffee, I use like a creamer that's sweetened a little bit, or like I'll use one that has like a flavor. Like I'll use a hazelnut one or a caramel one or something, just because I like flavored coffee. Okay, and I like it to be a little sweet. Better. Yay. I don't need to be crazy sweet, but I do like a little bit of sweetness. I personally, I can't do black coffee either. Like there needs to be milk. There needs to be, unless it's like brewed into the bean or whatever. Like I have a creamy vanilla espresso pod, and let me tell you, that shit is too creamy. Okay, I think it was possible. That shit is too creamy, and it's crazy because it's just like in an espresso pod. I don't know. You could do that. Okay, let's put some ice in here, and then we can get to caramelizing those motherfucking onions. Okay. Put that there. Let me grab some ice cubes. Come on, ice. Okay. All right. Do you hear that? Love that. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. She delicious. Nice. Oh, shit. I didn't make her enough. She got all cooled down. I got like a warm sip. That's better. Well, I will say, I probably could have used an extra shot, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I don't need to be a caffeine fiend. Not today. All right. Onto those onions, onto the pasta. Okay. I might have to move you guys for a minute. I might need to move you guys from the spot. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, just because I have the plug here and I need to fit this with the plug. Let me see if we all fit. I think we'll fit. Okay, let me move this here. Let me... Okay. Here. I might need the actual cord. Left it in the box. Silly Nils. Silly little Nilly. Okay. I'm gonna leave that here. I'm not going to turn her on yet until I have my onions cut though. So let's put this here. I'll plug her in when we need to. And let's get to chopping some onions. I got a bowl of onions and other aromatics here. It's onions. I have like a shallot in here. I have 2 shallots in here. I have some onions and I have some garlic. So let me pull these out, and then I can use this bowl as my garbage bowl for all the little flakies. Excuse me. That coffee good. It sounds like my water is close to being done. So let's turn off the heat. All right, cool. Again, the different recipes I've seen on like TikTok or whatever for these, it kind of mixes between just like caramelized onions in an Italian type of way with your Italian seasonings, or some people call it like the French onion soup, but like pasta. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna do what I do and call it a day, because I love French onion soup. That's like one of my faves. But I don't think this pasta will be like that. I'm really mad I forgot to get chicken stock today. I'm mad because I ran out to the store this morning to grab more onions. I like knew, like it was something I thought about like 30 seconds before I walked out of the house saying, oh, maybe I should just get chicken stock. But alas, I went to the store and I forgot. And when I went to Market Basket today, all the fucking food smelled so good. Probably because I hadn't really eaten anything. It smelled so good. And I low-key was like, yo, should I get a bowl of clam chowder? Which I thought would be hilarious just because, you know, clam chowder is so New England summer. But I'm trying to make like more fall, more hearty food today. Let me think. trying to think what's the best way to cut these. If I cut it this way, what happens? I get all these like little half moons, which is what we want, right? I think. Okay, okay. Let me cut the tips off a little more so they don't all connect to each other. They can all just like fall away. That may be the move. And I would love to one day take a knife skills class. I think that would be pretty G. Like, I'm not afraid of the knife. I'm not like skilled either. So, like, I can't do any cool tricks like the look at the camera and also go, you know, a quick little 1, 2, 3. Like, that's not eye roll. Cause I'm afraid, man. I'm afraid that what if I'm not looking or not paying attention and then there's my fingers. But that probably would not happen with any of these knives, so these knives are not sharp enough. Well, you know what they say, a dull knife is more dangerous than can be more dangerous than a super sharp knife. Just because sometimes it's like if you have a dull knife and you're putting way too much energy in it, it's easy for it to like slip. This woman I work with at the diner, she would always say, because the knives I had at the diner were not great, and she would always say that you might die of exhaustion trying to kill yourself with this knife, because it will not like go. Alrighty. I don't know how many onions I actually need. This is one of the things where it's like, this is all guesstimation. Like, I don't know. So I always wonder how people like decide things when they're cooking for a big party. It's like, I don't know how much the shit's gonna make. Because sometimes I think it's not gonna make enough and it makes way too much. So, you know, you never know, or at least I never know, when things are gonna be popular, you know, at the party. Okay. So, let's just put all the stuff in here to hang on to, because we basically will caramelize this in this like pan pot here with a little bit of oil and salt, or butter and salt actually. Let's do butter, oil, and salt. We'll do it all. Okay. I'm like, yeah, it's like 2 enough? Is 3 enough? I don't know. And how many sandwiches will this make? I don't know. This is why I'm not a recipe tester. This is why I'm not a professional. I'm just a regular person. And that's what, so I lived alone for a little bit before I moved like back in with my family and stuff. I lived alone when I went to grad school in Connecticut. And obviously when I cooked things, it was kind of like, whatever, at the end of the day. There was probably gonna be leftovers, and the leftovers would be like for me to eat at another time, which is all good and great. And then I moved into a different apartment with my cousin, and usually chat, but she's on vacation. So I'm on my own. I don't have her some moral support here. But when we live together, obviously we cook, both of us. Sometimes we do a little bit extra if like, you know, someone's taking stuff to work and stuff. And one year, her boyfriend at the time moved in with us too. And it became a little more confusing to be like, how much food are we supposed to make here? Because there's a difference between what feeds her and I versus what fed her, I, and him. And also he was a guy who ate more. And then it's like between who has to go to work. I didn't have to deal with that, but like people who want to like take leftovers to work and stuff. And I'm like, damn, you gotta be cooking for like 6 people then. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that, especially on like a regular basis. I don't know. But I guess again, it's all a learning curve anyway. But that was a curve I didn't expect to have to learn so soon. Because it was hilarious. So it's basically like my cousin, my roommate, my ex-roommate, whatever. She started dating this guy pretty much right before I went on my career trip. And I went on to a career trip for like 3 months, you know? So I assume they spent a lot of time at our apartment, like when I wasn't there, which, you know, expected. But then it was like, things happened and it was like, oh, you know, hey, his like, so living situation isn't great, and he move in. And I was like, yeah, of course he move in. And he did. And that was a chapter of my life. That was a chapter of my life where he lived with me, where I lived with my friend's boyfriend, or my cousin's boyfriend. And it was indeed a time. And you know what we got from that? We got to hang on to a nice rice cooker, and I have a nice like air humidifier, purifier thing that I still use, and it's currently downstairs in my little stream room. So when it's hot and muggy and sticky in there, I turn on the air purifier that my roommate / cousin's ex-boyfriend let me keep. So that was nice. All right. That's 2 onions worth. Should we do 3? I don't know, fam. I don't know what these are gonna look like. That looks like a lot of onions, but they're all gonna wilt. This is what I don't know. I remember, so another restaurant I worked at, I've worked at restaurants, people would always ask for caramelized onions on their burgers too, but it would just take too long, so we had to say no a lot of the time. Or like, we literally can't, like, and we're in a lunch rush, and if we don't have any onions caramelized already, it's like, you can wait, like, you know, extra long for your burger for lunch, or sorry fam, it's not happening. And a lot of times it just wouldn't happen. So we'd have it as like a special sometimes, where it would be like, oh, the special today is, I don't know, like a steak, like obviously a steak, but like, it might be like, you know, a burger with mushrooms and, I don't know, caramelized onions and some other gimmicky stuff, I don't know. But yeah, those would always go really quick. I do love a good steak sandwich. I'm not a big burger person, but I do love steak sandwiches. And that's like something, I think it maybe is a little, I don't want to use the term odd, but just maybe different in the sense of it, like, there are some classic American fare that I just don't feed into. Like, I'm not someone who craves pizza. I'm not like I will never tell you that, like, I want to get a pizza today. I will not. Or French fries. So, like, I don't know, I'm very rarely in the mood for stuff compared to what I think other people are. Like, I eat like 1 or 2 burgers a year, and that's typically during like a cookout or something. You know, summertime, that's what people make. And that's what people have a burger. I very rarely have a burger on my own accord. Also, I did have a Five Guys this year though. I had a Five Guys in May. And it was very good. I did enjoy Five Guys a lot. I also had to work somewhere that was right by Five Guys. It's crazy how like your proximity to things really changes what you like eat, I guess, or changes the way you live your life. Like when I worked at this frozen yogurt shop, it was on a pretty popular street that had, you know, a lot of different restaurants and stuff, or, you know, places to eat and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, when I worked there, I ate on the street a lot. I still go to certain places there, but like I used to eat a lot of Chipotle because Chipotle is on the street. I used to eat like a lot more, what's what we're looking for? No, but yeah, I used to eat a lot of Chipotle. I used to get like Starbucks, like there were some days I got Starbucks like multiple times in a day, especially when they ran specials where it was like, come get a coffee now and then come get one later. And I was like, perfect, because I'd get one right before my shift and then I'd get one right after when I was done or something. But yeah, just these little things. And also, same thing, one of my friends worked at a different place when I would come visit her. There was a Five Guys next door, so, you know, I'd be like, I want Five Guys for lunch. Very common here. Okay. And crazy how when I started working from home, I really left my house, which can be seen as a good thing because it's like saved money on gas. Also didn't go out and get coffee as much anymore. Definitely didn't like eat out for lunch and stuff. But it could be seen as a bad thing because it's really easy for me to be like, nah, I don't feel like it. I'm not gonna go out today. I'm gonna stay home. Or then I realized I haven't left my house in like 4 days and went, oh shit. Maybe I should touch some fucking grass. Okay, so 2.5 onions. And I'll say these are pretty big onions. So that's what that looks like. I think I probably will add this one to it too. Just like, whatever, fuck. Book it. You're gonna be oniony. Me and my boy Shrek are just gonna eat all these onions. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. We only have 7 minutes left on the timer for the bread to check it. We'll check it. It won't be done. We have to put some aluminum foil on it so the top doesn't burn. And everyone say a prayer that it actually turns out well, okay? Because who knows? Who the fuck knows? Not me. I would love to do like a decorating stream too. Like I would love to try to decorate cakes and stuff like that, or like to make macaroons. Because I used to make macaroons a lot when I was younger. Like I did the whole like troubleshooting stuff. I've tried like, I was actually like recipe testing and like technique testing with that when I was younger, and it came out pretty well. Like as in, like, I feel relatively confident in my ability to make macarons, but it's haven't in a while. But my other issue is that like, I don't know when I can get this kitchen to be empty for like a decent amount of time, you know, or I'd have to start really early. Like I tend to do things that fit within like a certain time frame, just because I know the kitchen will be available for me to completely destroy, you know. But I know one day I would like to do like a long stream where I could just spend the day baking and like decorating stuff and just hanging out. That'd be really fun for me. Okay, we've cut our onions. Good job. Let's get that going. Let's get this going so we can start caramelizing these, and then I might have to slide everything over a little bit. I can move you guys over too. I still want you guys to be too close to like, you know, the heat here, but you won't be charging. So I don't know. So hopefully, I mean, maybe we'll survive. Maybe we'll survive. So let's see here. We'll turn this on to, we'll put on to 400 or something. Let's put a little bit of olive oil onto the onions. We'll give them a toss. We'll put some salt. Let's use the salt. Easier. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what I want to bring upstairs too? Have a little bit of white wine we can splash into our pasta. Okay, we're gonna generously salt it. Okay, let me grab Oh, I already hear her turning on. I already hear some sizzling. Okay, and I also want to put some butter in here too. Didn't I put butter out here? I did. Some butter. Butter makes it better. Oh, she's nice and soft. Great. This is like food garbage because I want to save this stuff for the compost, you know? My regular garbage. I should have put a garbage can here. Didn't think about that. Okay. You can let this go. Obviously, when you caramelize onions on the stove, typically you have to kind of keep your eye on it, keep sure things are moving, make sure they don't burn, blah, blah, blah. Which you do right here. Sometimes we'll say it might be easier to just roast them just because it's quicker. You put it in the oven. But I'm here. It's good. And also, some people will also just like steam them so you can kind of make sure they wilt, because obviously, I mean, these are pretty tough onions, especially if I did these two as well, it'd be very full. But another way you can do it is like add some water to it, let it steam, let it wilt, and then really let the caramelization go. And the reason why we gotta be like mindful and careful, you gotta be very mindful, very cutesy, blah, 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 whatever, is because you still want them to burn. Obviously, caramelization is like them burning a little bit. Getting them sugars out of here. So we'll let that go for a while. So that could probably take us like 20 minutes. Who knows? 20, I don't know. But we'll do our best to keep an eye on it. And while that's there, let me also cut up. I'll move this forward. This here. Let's cut up some garlic and some shallots too. Actually, I'll do the shallots first, just because they're like onions, just like Shrek. They got layers. Okay. And we'll give these, you know, a toss around every so often. Gotta keep our eye on everything. I just want to make sure that all the onions are like getting heat, you know. So I want to like basically scrape edges, make sure they're getting some love, getting a nice warm hug from the heat. We'll add these in. And here's the things I find very funny, because so when I was digging through the, you know, the stash of stuff, right, like for food and whatnot, there was a lot of shallots in the house, which is great. But it's also like me as a, like outside of, you know, my parents' home, I was like, oh, I never hung on to shallots very much, you know, or was like very specific to certain things I wanted. But obviously my parents are people who cook with them more often. Where I think as I've grown up and like been in other people's kitchens and stuff, it's like, oh, I'm always curious to know like what staples in everyone's kitchens and what are not in other people's, right? It's like, excuse me, when I was growing up, like lemons weren't a big staple in our kitchen, or refrigerator rather, but limes are, you know, and that's just because I guess a lot of like South Asian cooking has more like lime than lemon in it. But then obviously like when I cook things on my own and I figure out what I like, it's like, oh, I usually have both. Like lemons are common in things that I cook, you know, or I'll add a squeeze of lemon to a lot of things, or like lemon in my tea and blah, blah, blah. So I always find it interesting. So if I want lemons in this house, I like definitely have to go buy them. Like no one else is gonna be buying them except for me. We're gonna add some shallots in here. Okay. I hope I can get this little strobe to stop, but that's a problem for another day, I suppose. And then I didn't notice it until it was pointed out to me, and now I can't stop looking at it. Okay. Oh yeah, we are getting melted. Oh yeah, nice. All right, that's the timer. Let me give these onions a good stir, a good mix. All right, all right, all right. Okay, we'll turn off the timer. Again. Oh! It's obviously not done, but it has like cooked where it's like, oh, it looks like a loaf. It's not all like soft and battery anymore. But let us put a little bit of aluminum foil on top, just so she doesn't get all burnt on the top. All right, now what is my move here? Let's see. Okay. Ah, hot. Okay. Okay, that is something. Oh my God, okay. Okay, I guess my move was just to put a piece of aluminum foil on top. Didn't really do anything other than that. Okay. Oh. Look how much these onions are already like wilting away, which is good. So let it go. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. So it's probably more like 375 or something now. But we'll let them do their thing. I'm gonna add some more shallots to it, add another shallot to it, and then I'll add some garlic. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alrighty. Let me cut this here. I'm gonna have some of my coffee too. Oh, I know I was feeling dehydrated. Dehydrated and parched. Okay. Okay. Let me double check a few things. I think I always get worried when I'm like trying to stream up here just because I like I don't know what it is. I feel less comfortable on Twitch's stream manager than I do on like OBS, you know what I mean? So I'm always like, is everything going right? Does everything sound right? I don't have like the sound control in front of me, so I can just like swap and look, you know? So, I don't know. I always get a little like, is everything going okay? I don't know. Because I know one time, the first time I tried this, I couldn't actually, at one point I just stopped seeing chat, and I don't know if that's like happening now or not, you know what I mean? Because I only see what I see. I don't see what I don't see. So I don't know. Actually. And I don't know how, like, why that would happen is all, you know? And it happened one time. It seemed to be, like, the only time. So I'm like, okay, it must be fixed. But, like, I didn't do anything to fix that. That's why I'm always like, is that happening again? I don't know. So let's chop these up. I'm going to chop up these shallots. Oh, shit. I forgot to put on a second timer. Guys, you can't do that. Let's do another 30 minutes. 30 minutes on the bed. Oh, damn. That could have been close. All right. Whew. Could have been a disaster. So we'll see what it looks like after an hour or so, and it's like you might have to give it a few more. Like an hour is kind of the middle ground of where we should be looking. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay. All right, we're gonna mix that up. We're gonna cut up some garlic. Hell yeah. I'm like, this looks great to me. Obviously, we need more color on it. It's not quite, you know, like caramelized yet, but we're making progress. I think we're making progress pretty quickly. And I didn't even have to like put it on. Because again, obviously if I put a lid on, it would help make it steam better. But I didn't even need that. Okay. Let me also, I'll be right back. Let me step away from camera for a hot minute. Okay, crew, I just went to double check. I cannot see anyone's chat. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. I went downstairs to my actual PC and I can't see. I did see someone had asked me about coffee. This is me at my OBS. Someone asked me about my coffee. Someone asked me about food I like. So yeah, I literally can't see anything after Nigel said, I think I expect baking sounds. Which I don't know why, but I assume it's because it's the Twitch stream app or whatever. And it's ass, I guess. But yeah, so that's kind of my like, and thing is that I've looked on the stream manager as well as just like going on to, you know, Twitch to like see myself. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. So that like bums me out, you know? Because I don't know who's like trying to say, hey, what's up, hello? And people think I'm ignoring them, but I'm not. I just can't see it. So that's kind of a bummer. But I don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, again, the very first time I did this, like up here, it was maybe like probably about a month ago at this point, and I kind of just people chatting and stuff because I literally didn't see it. And then the following week, it was like fine. So I don't know. I don't know why it does that. I wonder if I close up the app and bring it back up maybe? Let me see. Because, you know, that's a bummer. That's what I like about Twitch, you know? And so the first time that happened, I just assumed nobody was here watching and I was just talking to myself, which is totally fine too. But like, then I looked and I was like, oh, there were people here. And again, it looks like I was ignoring everybody, but like I wasn't, not on purpose anyway. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I'm just gonna have to restart because now I can see a few more things. So I guess that's better, but yeah, but how am I supposed to know when I need to like restart, you know? So I will go back and answer some of those things. Bad coffee. How would I describe bad coffee? I hate when it has almost like a little bit of acidity or like sourness to it. No, I'm not a fan of that. Oh my God, why is this like going crazy with the strobing too? What the hell? But I don't like the acidity sometimes. And I also am not a fan of like, I don't know, a lot of things actually. I hate when it's too sweet. So sometimes I feel like with coffee, again, right, you have to figure out your order specifically from certain places. Where like if you ask for like an iced coffee regular from a place, they might have too much milk, too much sugar or something. But if you say like, oh, I would like a regular coffee, but can you add like one sugar and just one milk or something, it might be better. And I feel like it requires a lot of experimentation. And then sometimes it's like you go one time and it's delicious, another time it's not. So that's annoying about coffee. But I like my coffee not too darkly roasted. You know, I don't like it when it has like a bitterness to it. I would say I'm definitely not a coffee connoisseur or anything, but I do enjoy a good coffee. All right, let's cut up these garlics. Oh, garlic, so my favorite. Garlic and onion, amazing. Just a whole pasta of aromatics, my fave. And I don't know, someone came through and asked me what my favorite meal to make was. I don't know if you're still here or not, but if you are, that's a tough call. I think there's a difference between my favorite meals to make versus my favorite meals to like eat too, because sometimes the things to eat are complicated and it's not fun to make them. But I think, I will say a bosan is like probably one of my favorite meals to eat and also one to make, but it's one of my favorites to clean up just because it does have a lot of like dishes and stuff. But like bosan, oh yeah, we sizzling. We're adding some color to these. But anyway, bosan is basically like pork belly that you eat in a lettuce wrap, which I like because you can add a lot of different like vegetables to it, which is nice. And I love braised meat in general, just because I love that fall off the bone shit. So I like making that just because it's like a braised pork belly, so you don't have to add, like you're not frying it or anything, and pork belly is already fatty as it is, like you don't need to, add more oils and stuff to it. But again, I love it when it just falls apart. I love it when the fat is just like soft and just kind of like literally melts in your mouth. And then again too, it's like because it's a lettuce wrap, you can add a bunch of different things to it. Like it's a nice get in veg too. It basically is what it is for me. And then you can have a lot of like bantan with it. You can do, I do like salted shrimp and kimchi obviously. And then like if you use like a samjang or you make a type of mixture to pat your meat in and stuff before you put it in your lettuce wrap. So delicious. And I feel like, honestly, samjang really just adds a lot. I'll do a lot of type of like lettuce wraps on my own just because, again, great way to add some veg. But also, you put samjang on any type of meat and I'm like, damn, this is delicious. Oh yeah, look at these onions, man. They're going real nice. Hi from Canada. I'm with my hockey team. We all say hi. Well, hello, Mitch and Mitch's hockey team. Hello. Hopefully your season is going well. Or I don't know if it started, just ended. I don't know. I assume, is it field hockey for the West right now? Unless you're, depending where you are in Canada. I don't know. Okay. Well, we're looking real nice onions. There's lots of color in them. I think some of them still need to get a little more wilted. I'm like, let me eat one. She's good. Oh, hell yeah. This is delicious. Okay, we'll give it a little more time to get some more color to it. Just because I want to add, see, some of them are really good. And the other ones, they haven't gotten enough pan time, So I want to get everyone out of here, or I want to give all the onions in here enough time to get a little burnt, okay? Some onions are just whiter than others, okay? We need to give them time to get tan with the rest of the crew. Your cooking skills are good. And no, it's ice hockey. It hasn't just started. College team. Oh, okay. I didn't know hockey starts now. I will be honest. I am not super familiar with the hockey schedule. I think that's probably my least followed major sport. Like here, it's football, basketball, baseball, hockey. I know very little about hockey, so I did not know that your season already starts. Does that make sense, though? Because obviously it's like getting colder, I assume. That's where it is in America right now, anyway. But yeah, well, good luck on your season. An actually fun fact, I tried out to be a cheerleader in high school for the soccer hockey cheerleading team. Didn't make it, but I did try out. But at the time when I was like 14 or whatever, I was not as confident, like in to perform stuff, like to be in front of people, and also was not a good like dancer or anything. Or I don't think I had it. So, which makes sense, but it's definitely like made me be like, oh, I guess I'm not meant to be a cheerleader, which is fine. But yeah, but I actually did cheerlead in college for a little bit, for like one season. But yeah, fun facts about me. But I always, with hockey cheerleaders, they always had like the little clappers on their gloves to like paint the glass, and that was how they would like, part of their cheer would be like, I don't know, go team, boom, 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 and they'd like hit the thing. We already gave the new guy on our team a wedgie. Oh man, not a wedgie. Not college hazing. Okay, oh, yeah, these onions are nice and soft now. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, again, assuming this is gonna be a nice one pot recipe, again, assuming, I'm gonna add some of that hot water we had in here, and then I'm gonna put the pasta in here as well. And obviously the water can boil away. Because I think we got some good color on the pasta, on the onion, so that flavor will go into the water. Hopefully that'll be enough. Originally, I did suggest to myself mentally, I was like, I should get chicken stock instead, but I didn't get the chicken stock this morning. So we're gonna have to deal with what we got. It's fine, it'll be fine. But yeah, and also because the water was already hot from being boiled earlier, it's staying nice and hot now. It's like, notice how there's still steam coming up. There's not any type of like lull in temperature really. Okay, means I'm gonna put the pasta right in. I'm using farfalle because A, it's what I had in my house, and B, I like it. So we're gonna put that in here. I'll be honest, I'm not measuring, I have no idea what to do. Okay. A little innocent haze. Wedgies is the tradition. Clearly very mature. Is everyone hear my phone ringing right now? Or is that? Between all my devices ringing, because I have my phone here, that's my iPad here is ringing, my computer over there is also ringing. Everything is ringing. But I think it's just the, what day is it? Today's Thursday. No, today's Friday. But yeah, I assume it is the pharmacy or the doctors. Ugh, I feel like I have a freaking issue I had an issue every single day this week with it be my, I don't know, my dentist appointment, my skin, my specialty pharmacy order. There's been issues all around. Just having to reschedule things or double check things or fill stuff out, blah, blah, blah. I will check on that in a little bit. Okay. I guess I'll add a little more pasta. I have no idea. And I know there's like the servings on here, but I don't agree with those, okay? Because, okay, so one of these boxes of pasta is supposed to feed like 8 people. I had dinner with my my sister and brother-in-law and like my cousins and stuff, and there was only like 5 adults and 1 child who's like an actual child. He like does not eat very much, but we finished the whole box, and we're not 8 people. And I don't know, maybe that's an American thing, right? Like just overeating shit, but like, come on, fam. Okay, so we have the pasta in here, which hopefully will cook. Hopefully will be enough. I want to turn it down again a little bit to like 350, 325. And then going to put this lid on it, help cook more. I'm going to add some seasonings. Let's see what I have here. I brought out a few things. Obviously your classic salt and pepper. Salt, pepper, I have basil. I have basil, oregano, and thyme. So kind of like an Italian seasoning. But I think the big difference probably will just be that instead of using crushed red chili pepper, I'm going to use chili flakes or like chili crunch. And this one is from that my mama made, so it's homemade. Yes, okay. And then I also have cheese. So I have pecorino and I have parm here too. So pecorino and parm are pretty similar, but they are different in the sense that I think pecorino is aged less. So I think it just changes the flavor a little bit. Yeah, again, I'm not a cheese connoisseur either. This is just what my research has said. Okay, let's see how we're doing in here. Oh yeah, ouch, that's hot. That's hot. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, the water is evaporating well, so it doesn't look like it's gonna be too watery if I give it some more time. Obviously the pasta's not quite cooked yet. But I really like farfalle, like it's my favorite shape, and also I just love like the little fold in the center of the bow tie, as well as the little like the little sharp edges. I don't know, what do you call that? Little zigzag edges. It just picks up like sauce very too, so I like that. But I will say sometimes I feel like it takes a little longer to cook than some other pastas. Okay, so let's add some seasoning in here. I'm, again, not measuring, using my eyes, making sure it passes the eye test and the taste test, okay? I'm gonna do a little bit of basil, a little bit of oregano. Again, if you had an Italian seasoning, this would pretty much be what's in it. Thyme, you can add, or you can add garlic powder too if you want. We have regular garlic in here, so I just don't feel like adding more powder. Yeah, and I'll mix that up some more. And the other thing I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna add some cream in a little bit. Not quite there yet, but I will add some cream. And so some of the ways people do it too is that you can take the onions and blend them as well into a sauce. I actually like having onions though. Like I like to eat the onions. Is this enough pasta? Honestly, I don't know. I think it's a lot of onions and not enough pasta, so I'm gonna put more pasta in it. Again, we might need a little more time. See, this is what worries me. Oh no, the pasta's on different cooking schedules, you know. But it'd be what it be. Some will be al dente, some will be more al dente, some will be fully cooked. Variety, that's what I'm about, okay? I'm a variety streamer and I'm a variety cooker, okay? So we'll do that. I think I'll put the lid back on. Oh, you know what I want to grab? I'll be right back because I'm going to grab some wine that I have downstairs and I'll put a splash of it in. BRB. BRB, but you can hear me. Whoa, I'm going down the stairs. Whoa. I'm downstairs and I'm getting a little bit of wine. Ah! Okay. All right. All right, grab a little bit of Pinot Grigio. Should I have some pasta later too? I don't know. It's me. I'm back. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of Pinot Grigio as well. Also, not measuring that, just a splash. Okay. Let me give everything another little mixy mix. Oh yeah, we are bubbling away. Okay, I'm gonna add some of that chili crunch. We got a little spoon here. Oh yeah, she's crunchy and she's oily. I feel like here's the thing too about when you make like a chili oil, chili crunch. Sometimes it's not the like chili part that's spicy, it's literally the oil. We're gonna dollop some of that in there. And make sure we get all of it in there. And will we need more? Maybe. And again, the spice level is up to your discretion, which I think I love about cooking for myself. If I want it to be spicier, it'll be spicier. Because I was the type of person who would go to a restaurant and be like, can I have, the red pepper flakes? And then put like the whole little, the little dish they gave me into my pasta. I will say, as I've gotten older, I definitely eat spicy less than I used to. Maybe it's finally catching up to my stomach, I don't know. But then I'm always like, am I gonna lose like affinity towards spicy food, you know? Okay, let's actually grab a little more. All right, I think that'll do it. Hopefully that's enough, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, I'll look at it and it's like, oh, it doesn't look like there's enough like chili flakes in it. There doesn't look like there's enough in there. But then you taste it and it's like, oh, there was plenty. You can't always use the eye test. The eye test is great, but you have to use the tongue test, okay? What does it taste like? Yeah, I'm going to lower this to our lowest temp on here, which is 300. That. Yeah, she's looking nice. Okay, let me put this on here, try to trap some of that heat in there, let it cook some more of the pasta. Is it a problem if I lose it? I guess it's not a problem, but I think it's more like, oh, when I'm with other people and we want to eat spicy, or my parents do, it's like, oh, I would still like to be able to eat with them. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's more like, oh. And I feel like sometimes too, my scale of spicy is different than what people ask. Because sometimes like they'll ask, oh, is this spicy? And I'll say no, in the sense of it's not like too spicy, as in like, I don't think it's edible. I think sometimes people are asking me just for the point blank, is it spicy? Like does it have any type of kick? And the answer is yes, it does. I wouldn't find it to be like, you know, not edible or anything. And I feel like I realized that when my sister and brother-in-law, they have like a child, and it's like, obviously he can't eat anything that's like spicy at all, pretty much. And it's like, oh, I had to like reframe my brain to think about what is spicy, what is not. And obviously that's like a kind of extreme example, but things like that, it's like, oh, didn't realize. I didn't realize those were things I should think about. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do now. I'm actually gonna put it on the keep warm setting because I feel like the bottom we're getting a little crispy on the bottom. So I'm gonna add I have a chicken here, a rotisserie chicken that I bought yesterday. We're gonna shred some of that up, put it in here just so we can add more protein. You can obviously add like shrimp or even do like a ground meat too. I think that would be delicious. We're gonna add some chicken. We're gonna add some cream and a little bit of water actually, just because I actually think we could use a little more water. Just to help cook it out more. And then just because I'm not ready to call it done yet, I don't want there to be no liquid at the bottom or anything. So we'll do that just because I want to give myself a little more time to like add seasonings and stuff too. Let me see, how's the pasta? Oh my God, but she's delicious. She's good. The pasta needs a little bit more time, but she's good. And she is not like crazy spicy or anything, but like there's definitely a kick. I don't think you'd be able to like take a bite without having any spice in it. Damn. Pretty good. Okay. I'm going to cover this, trap that steam in there. Let's open this chicken. All right. And I have not touched her yet. This one is from Walmart that was cooked yesterday. Okay, let's grab some meat in here. Also, let me have a sip of water and a sip of coffee. This is a reminder for everyone too. Stay hydrated, y'all. Stay hydrated. Okay, I will be honest, I don't have a method for this. I'm just cutting away, trying to grab what I can. Okay, I'm just gonna basically hack at this chicken. Oh, went right into the center where the bone is. Oh, I can hear myself like cutting at it. And I find what's funny too, because I've always loved to cook, so I don't really have a problem touching like, granted this is cooked meat, but like touching like raw meat or anything. But I have some friends who just like hate it or just kind of like bones or like, you know, things like that, where they just makes them uncomfortable, which I guess I never really understood. But, you know, teach their own, I suppose. And like when it comes to frozen meat and stuff too, I prefer to just get things that are already, that are not cooked rather, so I can just cook it myself. But I know not everyone feels that way. And I think at one point in my life, I was like, I'm holier than thou because I cook on my own food. But it's like, who the fuck cares, man? Especially sometimes there's some good ass shit that's already pre-made. So I get it. Like the Trader Joe's shrimp tempura, that shit is bang. And that's already pre-made. Like I ain't got time to make fucking shrimp tempura every day. And I made it this week. And my dad was like, oh, did you like order out somewhere? Like, no. And then he was like, did you like make the shrimp tempura? And I was like, no. And he was like, wait, where is it? And I was like, oh, it's in a box in the freezer, dude. And he was very surprised that it was like pre-made and like cooked, like you know, done. I was like, yeah, put it in the air fryer for like 10 minutes and you're goody. And he was very impressed. But yeah, and anyway, so when one of the restaurants I worked at, they were a bit of a higher end restaurant, but they used to do a lot of stuff in-house. And I mean that like, that was the first time I've ever seen things like a vacuum sealed goat. A vacuum sealed goat that they'd have to pack in the kitchen. Or it'd be things like, since we did like a pheasant special, and they were like pheasants there came in the morning and with like in a little baggie, almost like you seen Beauty and the Beast. There's like the scene where Gaston's like shooting the bird and his little friend, whose name I can't remember, like picks him up and puts him in a bag. I feel like that's what we got. It was literally a bag of birds, and then the kitchen was full of feathers because the kitchen staff was like hacking away at them, defeathering them, and just like, you know, preparing them for dinner. And those are the things I got to see while I worked the lunch shift. But yeah, kind of crazy. It's just like things you don't expect to see, right? It's like if you go to a butcher, you know what's getting butchered, but you probably haven't like seen some of that stuff. As it's like a whole cow or a whole pig or anything. Well, so I haven't seen any of that stuff like raw, but when I was younger, my parents used to throw a big New Year's party for Lunar New Year, and sometimes we'd get a whole pig roasted, like brought to our house, which is very cool. It was very cool in the sense of it's just like I had never seen that before. So it'd be like a pig that's like literally the size of this table, roasted, ready to go, and ready to get packed up. My future wife. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. Gotta be careful with the word, you know. Your other future wives might get jealous. Okay, so we have some chicken in here. I don't know if we should add a little more or not. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. I will say the only thing that this dish is missing, in my opinion, is some veg, like some actual veg, greens. I mean, I guess you can add like broccoli or something to it. I think that'd be good. I just don't think it adds to like the whole, ooh, caramelized onion, because your onions are like, you know, star here. But if you wanted some greens, I get it. Or maybe just things on the side. I'm very conscious about adding greens to things, okay? Just because I feel like in my adult life now, I'm like, fuck, I gotta pay attention to that shit. Okay. Yeah, I still have plenty of chicken to eat for dinner, to put on some salads this week, or the rest of this week anyway. Perfect. Okay. Honestly, I think it would be bomb with some shrimp too. Okay. A little bit more. She's looking pretty good. I'm gonna add some cheese, cheese, cream, give her a taste. Yeah. I'll say we might not even need the cream. The way it is, because the onions kind of like built down into almost like a paste type stuff, a paste of sorts, it kind of makes its own sauce. And obviously we cooked the pasta in here, so like the starch water made it a little thicker. But I'm gonna add a little bit just like it might kind of take out the flavor a little bit. I feel like, so it's not maybe as punchy. Damn. Fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, she's fucking delicious. Okay, let me put this chicken back in this bag. We'll put her there. I'm gonna scrape up all the like gelatinous fat that was on the chicken and put it in here too. Flavor. That is flavor, y'all. Don't forget. Okay. I will say the pasta is al dente cooked. Okay. I think because I added pasta different times, again, we're getting some that are al dente, some are a little under, a little over. But I think it's fine. I would give it a bit more time, but it's pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Okay, now time for cheese. So I'm gonna do a little bit of pecorino and a little bit of parm. You don't have to do both, obviously, but like, I have pecorino already, and I've recently just bought some parm, so we'll add a little of both. I think the best thing we can do is just top it off with some fresh parsley. Okay. Oh gosh, oh, my bread. Okay, let's check the bread. Okay. See how this bread gonna be. Pretty good, not gonna lie, but ugh. My foil. My aluminum foil tent flew away. Let's pull it out. Okay. And so you guys can see, that's what she looks like. Not too burnt or anything on the top, is what we wanted. I'm going to put a toothpick in there, see what happens. It looks good to me, but obviously I didn't. It looks great from the outside. But what about the inside? Oh yeah, pretty good, pretty clean. So I'm actually going to, let me clear my oven, turn it off. Oh, that was the end timer. And the oven's off, great. So we'll let her sit here and for a little, ouch, I touched it with my finger. So we'll leave her here to cool for a little bit. Obviously there'll be some residual cooking, I think, which will be fine too. And then we'll let her sit, cool. We'll be able to eat our pasta, and then we can have a little treat at the end. Again, this is no measurement. This is just all I feel. Feel and taste, baby. Sight, feel, and taste. Okay, and then for the parm. You have to believe it's good then. I promise it's delicious. I promise you, it's fucking good. And I've never made this before either. And I'm telling you, this I get why people have been making it. I get why this shit be going viral. It's fucking good. Okay, and then some parm. And then I'm going to do a little bit of cream and cut up some parsley to top it, and then I think we should be good. Okay. Right, let me mix in that cheese. Yo, she looked good. I'm like very proud right now. This shit looks fucking delicious. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of cream just so it's not as like sticky, I guess. I don't know. Again, it might just even out the flavor a little bit. Here we go. All right, just a little bit of heavy cream. Now, to be honest, you could probably just even add some milk, or like if you're non-dairy, you want to use like non-dairy cheese as well as non-dairy creamer, or again, I've put milk in these things and it's fine too. Oh yeah, a little bit of cream goes a long way, I think. Definitely looks really good. Again, but you can pass the eye test and the tongue test, okay? I knew it was delicious before, but like, let's see now. And then also if we can need to add anything, like any more salt, pep, whatever. Good. Okay, I've been saying it's very good. It is really good. But I think what I'm mentally thinking about right now is about the balance of flavor. Here. I'm not sure. Actually, we'll grab this. What I should add to it. Like, I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. And obviously we salted those onions from the beginning, so there is like salt in here already. I honestly think it needs a little bit of like, and I feel like personally it needs a bit of something a little acidic. Because I would say basically, you know, our flavors that we're working with are what? It's a little salty, a little sweet, a little spicy. We need something a little sour in here. I know even with making like the caramelized onion dish, they'll do like, a little bit of like Worcestershire, a little bit of like soy sauce in it too. I did skip those, but let me see. What do I have in here? A lime? Will that work? Or maybe vinegar? Red wine vinegar? Yeah. We are kind of Okay, let's do a little red wine vinegar in here. Will that do anything? I don't know. I'm a little hurt, but let's do a little bit of that. Mix it up, give it a taste, and then keep going. And a little mixy mix. I think this is it, man. Yeah. It definitely balances the flavors a little more. Hell yeah. Okay, this is the type of stuff where I get proud of myself. I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. I've never made this before. This is what happens when I look at a couple different recipes, things that are similar, right? Because there's been a lot of ways people do this on TikTok or whatever, Instagram shorts, Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, whatever. And this is when I'm like, let me look at what they're doing. Let me see if I can add some of my own spin to it. Again, no, I don't have any measurements, but it came out really good. So I'm gonna turn this off, clean things up. I'll actually put it back in here. I'm gonna clean things up a little bit, and then I'll cut up some parsley just so we can add it to the top. Yeah, and then we'll have a bowl. We'll have a plate of it. You can and chill for a minute or stand. Excuse me. Jesus, the burp. I'll stand and chill, and then we can enjoy some pumpkin. Hopefully. Okay. Okay, let's see. We'll get the things we don't need out of the way. Put the things in the fridge that need to be in the fridge. I really think that little bit of the red wine vinegar really helped. Okay. Okay. Grab these out of here. I have all of my onion leftovers for the garden. I didn't use very much cheese at all. I mean, it's up to you if you want to add more cheese or not. Because I feel like a lot of people just add their own at the end. So, you know, give everyone a bit of option of how they want to do it. Probably add a little bit of parm in addition to the parsley on mine. Okay. Let me put these away. Grab this out of here. Let me grab a plate. That's what I need, a plate. And a fork. Oh, and the parsley, duh. I'm gonna need the parsley. Let me you're right here. My bad. I walked right into you guys. Just gonna give some stems a good rinse or whatever behind you. Sorry. Okay. Oop. There we go. Some nice parsley. Just gonna put it on here. Give her a nice cut. Nice chop. This is also the reason why we didn't add parsley, like dried parsley into it, just because I wanted to put some fresh parsley on top. Okay. Oh, the fresh smells delicious. Like, it just smells so fresh. Maybe not delicious and like, oh, I can't wait to eat it, but like, very fresh. I cut a lot, not gonna lie. I cut a little bit more to be, then would be like a fun little garnish on top, but we'll mix it through. Oh my God, she's stunning. Oh yeah. Where are towels? Here's one. All right, let me put a little bit on my dish here. God, look, she's beautiful. I'm gonna try to bring it to you guys a little closer. Let me see if I can pull this out. Oh God, I'm afraid. Okay, oh, scared me. It's probably hot. I'll bring it close to you guys. See? Look how fucking great she looks. This shit is legit, I'm telling you. You guys gotta get some through the screen. You have to. That's the rule. Make sure you grab a plate. You see it? Nice and hot and steamy, delicious. So yummy. Okay. Put a little bit on my plate. Oh yeah, she knows. Another way you can do it too, like I added cream to mine, but the way people have done it too is if you do a little bit of egg yolks. Egg yolks and cheese would be delicious too. If you just, instead of maybe cream, to like cream out the sauce, if you will. But yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna put this on here. Let me grab this out of the way. Another run to the sink really quickly, or at least out of my way. Oops, an onion fell. That's supposed to be my dish for the cake. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands really quickly. And then let's fucking dig in. Let's fucking dig in. A little bit of parm on top. Oh yeah. Just like at the restaurant. Tell me when to stop. And then you go, plenty. That's plenty. Thank you. A little bit of freshly cracked pepper maybe. Oh. All right. Where'd my fork go? Did I grab a fork? Oh, okay, guess I didn't. Let's dig in. Bon appetit. Bon apple teeth. Delicious. This shit is bomb. This is nice. I'm like, I have added a new recipe to my arsenal, for sure. I'll be honest. I think definitely add some broccoli into this. It'd be really good. Maybe I should do that. Do that? I think just adding a little bit of broccoli would probably be nice for like, just again, getting vegetables in, but also just like the freshness of it too. If you like steam some broccoli maybe, or like add them in late, would be good. Remember I was talking about how like the chili crunch and stuff into it? The chili crunch is good for sure. I do think they may have added too much in the sense of for the flavor balance, in my opinion. I like the spiciness of it, but I do think that it comes through a little stronger than some of the other flavors. So that's why I think it might be a little imbalanced, but not bad. That's the thing. That's the thing about the chili oil, the chili crunch. It's hard to tell. Just by looking, it's hard to tell how strong it will come through. I'm sure you all know, not all chili oil, chili crunch is made the same. It's almost like with jalapenos, you know, not, even though if you eat the seeds, obviously they're spicier, but like, not all jalapenos are the same level of spice. She good. Okay. I'm just gonna grab a napkin, like a paper towel. Okay. Yeah. A little bit of water. But yeah, I'll be honest. I'm said it a couple times already, but I'm thoroughly impressed with myself here. And it didn't take that long. Because I feel like the thing with caramelized onions is that everyone says it takes forever or whatever. And it wasn't like fast, but it didn't take forever, you know. And granted, these were caramelized for a different dish than to be eaten like as they were. You know, I think that if I had given it maybe like 20 more minutes or so, it probably would have got a lot more caramelized in color and kind of like the ones you'd probably want to eat like on a burger or something. It surprisingly didn't take as long as I thought it would. And I feel like the time surprisingly went by pretty quickly because I didn't think I wanted to make the pumpkin bread first because I knew it would take longer to cook. But as time was going on, I didn't realize how quickly it was going compared to like, you know, me cooking everything else. I wasn't sure. Like I didn't know if it was going to be done before the pasta was. I think the rotisserie chicken was a good add too. Obviously protein, but it was something to cook, which is good. But also, it's just like the way it's already been roasted and cooked, whatever. It's very like flaky, so it kind of like stringy and just adds a good texture into like the pasta itself with the onions. Like I like that. I like that. I'll say again, my only big critique would be I think I put a little bit too much of the chili oil or the chili crunch. And that obviously because I couldn't decide how much pasta to put in. There is the differences of some pasta pieces are al dente, some are a little further cooked, vice versa, but generally speaking, very good job. My poor coffee's getting neglected over here. I feel like when I'm sitting at my desk, it's much easier to drink the coffee, like just when I'm sitting there, whether I'm working or like gaming or whatever. Just because, you know, I'm sitting there, it's chill, and I feel like today, I've been like working, I'm like sweating a little bit from like the steam here, but also it's like spicy, so I prefer the water. Yum. I even might put a little bit of twitch on my dish, because I'm thinking, like this amount of pasta that I made is for I think 4 people could get a really good amount of like food. Like they'd be full. 4 people would be full. 5, you'd probably be fine with that too, but it'd be more of a like a modest 5. Because I feel like right now, I don't need to eat all this. I will because it's already on my plate, but like I don't need it. Excuse me. Especially because I have pumpkin bread waiting for me. But I don't need the extra, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. Yum. I guess while we're on a little break here, let me talk about what my like stream schedule is gonna be like. I'm in a weird place just because now that I'm starting my new job where I have to work during the early morning. It kind of changes the time I'm gonna go to sleep and the time I'm like gonna wake up and stuff. So I don't really know what it's gonna be like actually. I've never had a strong schedule anyway, but I think the timing's definitely gonna change now. I haven't figured out if I want to maybe do some late night streams where I wake up at like midnight and then for a few hours before I go to work, or if I should just stream after I come home from work at like, you know, 9 or 10 in the morning type of thing, and maybe like the afternoon. I don't know. So we're gonna be experimenting. But I think I might be on again, maybe either later today, tomorrow. I haven't figured it out yet. I didn't finish playing. I was playing Invento 2 days ago, where it was like a little puzzle game with like different bento boxes, but I didn't finish it. So maybe I can finish that tonight, or I don't know, one of the days this weekend. Also, I have been neglecting my Hades grind, so there's that. I thought I was gonna finish Hades, my like first like blind playthrough last month. I didn't, so I'm trying to finish this month, and I was trying to make sure I could get it done in 150 runs, and I'm at like 130 something right now. So I gotta be a lot more careful with my runs. I've been really enjoying my time playing though. Like I'm really low-key thinking I should do a Nyx cosplay. I think it'd be fun to stream of like the crafting of like doing it. And I think I'm like, maybe I should enter a cosplay contest because I've actually never done that. I used to cosplay here and there when I was younger. And I actually thought I was gonna be, like I thought about doing a YouTube channel for cosplay stuff, but then I realized that shit is expensive and it takes a lot of time and it's like not easy to film. So that didn't happen. Oh, also, I wasn't very confident on camera. So ask that real quick. But yeah, so I think that'd be kind of fun because there is a Comic-Con in town, I think in November maybe. So I think that would be plenty of time to like make the cosplay, but also like enter the contest would be fun. I don't know, maybe, low-key thinking about it. Yeah. But I would like to at least finish the game first. Okay, last bite, y'all. This is delicious. All right, let me lick the fork. So then, you can try a piece of the cake. Let me wipe it down. One spicy onion dropped on this plate. I don't want to impact the flavor. Hello? Oh. Okay. Is it hot? It's not hot. I can grab it now. It's warm, but it's not hot. Okay, once again, here is what she looks like. Oh, let me grab a knife so I can cut a piece. Should I use a serrated knife? I don't know. That's like the only serrated knife I have is like big. Should I use? All right, we're not gonna split hairs of what knife to use. We're just gonna use this one. But I'm like, I wonder, can I pull it out of here, do we think? So I don't have to like cut it into the pan. What do you think? Do you think we can do it? Excuse me. Wow, I'm burping up a storm today. Every day, but like today especially, it looks like. Okay. I brought the big guns. Okay. All right, okay. She big, so I didn't plan enough space here. I didn't have enough spatial awareness. Let me grab some things out of here. Okay, I will put this over here. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. What are the chances? Oh, easy peasy lemon squeezy, y'all. I put plenty of Pam and it fucking worked. All right. I guess I'll just cut on the side. Me, I want to cut through the center. Fuck it. We're cutting through the center. The reveal. Oh, Steve's coming out. She looks pretty good. I mean, it's a little dense on the bottom. But not too bad. I cut right through a walnut. I'll bring it up to you guys. Thoughts? I can't see. Oh, here you go. But yeah, this part looks really good. This is a little dark, but I'm not sure if that's like undercooked or overcooked. Maybe a little under. I don't know. But I think it's pretty good either way. I don't think it's under enough where I'd be like, oh, I can't eat this. But it looks pretty good. Oh yeah. Like this piece after I cut it again looks much better. Hell yeah. Very soft. She's very soft. Soft and moist. It's hot. Between me sweating from the steam in the oven and the spicy pasta and just being like temperature hot, man, my mouth is just like all types of hot. I'm just all types of hot. Okay, let me see if I got anything. Okay. I think my biggest critiques of myself here, I probably could have gone in the oven a little bit longer. I think some of the bottom here looks like maybe it's a little undercooked. Yeah, but not undercooked to the point where it's like it's inedible or anything. Like it's not freaking dripping, you know? But, I'm gonna put it back in this here. Just for holding purposes. But I think there would be that. I will say the recipe say an hour-ish, maybe like 55 to like 65 minutes. I put it in even 60. Perhaps with this oven, it should be more like 65. I don't know. Again, I haven't cooked a ton with this oven. This is probably my third or fourth time cooking with it. The first and second time being last time I streamed. And so I made a pound cake that went not so well. And I also made cookies, which went very well. I think this is I would say this is a success. I think my other critiques with this would be that, just for my own personal taste, I shouldn't have put the walnuts in, man. I think it tastes way better with the chocolate chips. And that is the sweet tooth part of talking. Like, I feel like I think I would have liked it better with just chocolate chips, but I'm very biased in that sense. But otherwise, I think it's really freaking good. Like the centermost pieces, like this part right here is so soft and moist. Hopefully it stays that way over the next couple of days, but right out the oven, this shit is bomb too. Oh. That's so fun. That's so funny. So the alert came up. The alert came up because Nigel, you said pound cake, and it flagged that as a sexual word or something. I thought I allowed it though. I don't know why I don't know why I'm not seeing it in the chat, but I did see it. But it didn't come out so well just because I think it was. I don't remember what the reason why it was not good. In the sense of I think it might have just been too dense or you know what it was? I remember now. I think it might have been either too cooked on like the outside. So it was weird because the inside didn't seem to be fully cooked yet, but like around the edges, I'll show you with this. Like around here, it was way too cooked, like around here. And I think that I don't think I put aluminum foil on top until too late. And so it was just like the whole border of it like being burnt basically. And it was not that good. And I feel like maybe the moisture of it wasn't very good either. That was my first time trying to make that. And it didn't go so well. That's okay. Again, this is all a learning experience for me too. I'm not a professional. I've never gone to culinary school. I worked in restaurants and stuff, but like I didn't bake in them. I didn't cook in them. Not really anyway. I was a server. I was a bartender, but the actual food stuff, I left that to like professionals, you know, or you know, at least when I worked in a higher end restaurant, that was all professionals. But yeah, so that I would say this is a pretty good success too. I personally do think my oatmeal cookies that I made a couple weeks ago were top tier. Oh, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I might have to go back and look at my own recordings and my own videos for that to remember the recipe. And this is why I tell you I'm not a recipe tester, because some things it's like, oh, that was so good that one time, but I forgot and I write it down. Because one of my really good friends who actually is a streamer as well, who I know like IRL, she likes to cook as well, and she knows it. Squatter Day, if you're around, you know it, because I was one of her like biggest supporters from the beginning, where she was like, I want to do a blog, you should. And yeah, and we would cook together sometimes, but she was also someone who wrote a lot of recipes down, where she'd be like, okay, we should use this amount or that amount. Or, you know, when you're recipe testing, it's like, here's what 1 cup of sugar versus like half a cup of white sugar and half a cup of brown sugar looks like. I just don't do that. Maybe I should start. Writing things down would be helpful because that's how I don't forget things. I think when I when I made my oatmeal cookies a couple weeks ago, I literally forgot to add the egg until like the last minute. And I was like, holy shit, no wonder why this batter seems so thick, not good. But yeah, this is my cooking journey. And that's one thing I've really enjoyed about streaming is that like I've been able to not only play games I've never played before, I have a long list of games I would like to play. Like I just bought all the Borderlands games too, and I think that's something I like. I've just never played them, but I bought all of them, so like hopefully I'll start that soon. You know, I've gotten to bake more. I would like to do some like hobby arts and crafts stuff on stream. I like to sew, so maybe I'll do something like that on stream, or like just coloring and hanging out. At the end of the day, I like to hang out. That's really what it is. So hopefully, you know, more people will want to hang out with me. That's the plan anyway. Alrighty, I guess this is where we're gonna call it a day. We made lunch, we made dessert or breakfast, whatever. I don't know. Is pumpkin bread a breakfast pastry? Is it a dessert somewhere in the middle? Is it considered like maybe it's a not so good breakfast pastry, but it's a much better dessert option. Depending on when you eat it, right? It depends on when you choose to eat it today. But yeah, we made the caramelized onion pasta, which turned out to be fucking delicious. I highly recommend trying it, especially if you just love onions, because I love onions. I love onions, I love garlic, I love aromatics, okay? But yeah, so we did that. That was a huge success, I think. The pumpkin bread, I think, is a pass. I think some parts of it I think are really good, like those nice soft parts of it, delicious. Some things I would do a little different. I might have to leave it in the oven a little more and omit all the walnuts and just put chocolate chips in there. The sweet tooth is coming out, I tell you. But yeah, I think overall, successful day in the kitchen, I think. Wouldn't you say? Would you agree? Also, let me chug some water, chug some coffee. This is a reminder for you too. Chug your water, make sure you're hydrated. If you need to be caffeinated, chug that too. And on that note, I guess I'm gonna call it a day, and I will see you hopefully in the next stream. I really appreciate anyone who's coming to hang out, to spend time with me, to chat with me. It genuinely makes my day. It makes me really enjoy streaming a lot, so I appreciate that. I always enjoy hanging out and talking to new people and just kind of vibing and chilling. So again, I appreciate that. So I'm going to leave it here. Have a great weekend. Have a good night, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you soon, hopefully. Maybe later tonight. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I can't commit. I don't have a schedule. But I will see you then, okay? See you!